Hi, welcome back to another pick a card reading, and this is a really short reading on what his message is for you. So what he wants you to know and what are his messages. So I'm only using the Heart Confessions Oracle and the Rising Masculine. So just a really short 4-card draw for each pile, and we'll see what his message is for you at the moment. So we've got the gold ingot. The middle pile we've got like a little key, and the third pile is the diamante ring. So pick your pile and we will start. Okay. Shadow Man. Vulnerability. Okay. Everything is in divine order. I will call or text you. Hold on. Okay, so all right. Shadow Man is saying that he's dealing with a part of himself he's still trying to, I don't want to say heal, but Shadow Man is about the man he used to be. So there's something going on for him about the man he used to be, how he feels about that, and there's a certain sense of vulnerability in that. He feels a vulnerability in sort of like being aware that maybe he hasn't been the best version of himself he knows he can be. And so this is what's going on within him. And it's almost like this is what he wants you to know. So even though it's not maybe a message for you directly in his feelings, it's almost more of a message about what he's going through and what he's experiencing. But the Heart Confessions are saying everything is in divine order, and you know that he will reach out and message you. So whatever your current situation is with your guy, I would say that, you know, he's working through, I don't want to say issues, but he's working through feelings and reflections of the past about how he sees himself as a man and how he feels about the journey he's been on and who he feels he is and can be. So it's all that mixed together, and that's creating a sense of vulnerability in him about not so much questioning who he is to himself, but more that vulnerability is just leaving him a bit raw. And so whether you guys are together or apart, or you haven't heard from this person in a while, I would say, well, clearly the Heart Confession card says, you know, they will call and text you, but also to just trust that everything is in divine order between you two. And even though he's going through this, it's not necessarily taking away from the connection that you are sharing together. So don't let, you know, external appearances, you know, detract you and deter you from feeling hopeful and optimistic. So I hope that gave you something to kind of think about or consider. He's just processing some feelings, some reflections, and this person will likely reach out and make contact with you shortly. I would say over a period broadly about 3 months. Now it could be sooner, but I'd say that would be the longest time frame. So take how that fits. Thank you so much, and comment below and let me know how this resonates for you. Thanks so much. All right. Now, pile 2 is the key. Okay. Old World, 5 a.m. Your kindness heals me. I fantasize about us together. So, let me see, just move this. So, Old World is about the consciousness of you know, the world that says you have to work hard to make a lot of money, you got to work hard to be successful. That's really the old world consciousness of beliefs and ideas. And I would say that this man is going through a reflection of breaking down his old world beliefs, that he doesn't have to work hard and he doesn't have to do things the way, you know, his father did things. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, past generations. So I feel like there's a break in the chain for him, that he's changing. Old world is just at breaking away from old beliefs on a greater collective, but also personally for himself. 5 a.m. is about that part of us that is just ready to just jump out of bed for the day, and just because we're in alignment, it's so easy to open and be ready for the day. So there's a certain clarity and purpose that comes with feeling aligned, and for this man, he's getting a sense of that clarity. The 5 a.m. is about him feeling more passionate about his work or his calling or what his purpose is, and this is where the old world is kind of tied into that as well. He hasn't quite made the shift, but he's learning to move away from that old world belief. I keep saying that, but that's that transition he's moving through. But you know, as we all know, that transition takes time. It's not just a one-time shift and then we're free. It's like a back and forth that occurs. But with the 5 a.m. card, it's given me a sense that, you know, he's more clearer than he's not. So he is actually moving towards a lot more clarity. He may be working for himself or he's starting to find his passion and soul calling. He appreciates your kindness, and I feel like he needs your kindness, and he does want to be with you. So again, if you guys aren't together or there's been, you know, some sort of disconnection, I would say, you know, don't let that, you know, get you down too much. This man is going through change. It's not very heavy change, but it is a transition still. And he, you know, he needs you. He needs, you know, your kindness, and he needs this connection that he has with you. So this is what he wants you to know. So take how this fits for you and your situation. And there's certainly progress here for you both, especially with this man. So I hope that gave you some clarity or some message for you at this time. Leave a comment below and let me know how that resonates, and I'll move on to pile 3. Pile 3 is the Diamante, Sleeping Beast, Revolution, My heart holds words I don't know how to say. Let me take the lead. Okay, so this sort of almost feels quite straightforward. Sleeping Beast is that part of himself that is exactly that. It hasn't awoken. There's a part of him that is still dormant, that is still sleeping, that is still, I want to say, under the surface, but it's like that part of himself hasn't awoken yet. Revolution is literally that. Revolution, a breakthrough, an awareness, a clarity, a sense of an aha moment for him. Now the Sleeping Beast is sort of like hibernation. Depending on your situation, it sort of feels temporary. So when I look at that message, I just feel like this is temporary. The heart confession messages, my heart holds words I don't know how to say. I think this man is struggling to know how to express himself, not just with his words and emotions, but kind of who he is as a man. Not just to you in a relationship context, but like to himself and the world. And sometimes when we don't know who we are, or what we're about or what our path is, we literally can just hide under the doona cover, or we just want to pull the covers over our head and just sleep. So my feeling is that it's not going to be like this for a long time for this man, but he is soon coming to an awareness with the revolution. But I think part of the sleeping beast is about him not knowing how to express himself. And I think he's struggling with that, but he will eventually have that clarity. But the important thing is the last card in the Heart Confessions, where it says, let me take the lead. I think with this man, it's going to be important for you to let him lead the connection and how he wants things to unfold, because he is still coming to an awareness. And even though he will have a revolution moment, I don't really feel like it's going to be just one. I think there'll be one that gives him a breakthrough, but I think he will continue to have many other mini revolutions, and I think he may also at times revert back to sleeping beast. So I think this is going to be interesting. I think, if he pulls back, it's important not to interpret that as that he doesn't care or he's not interested, but it's going to be his way of trying to process his deep emotions again, or his deep feelings through the sleeping beast. So I really feel this is very specific for some people, because pulling away at times can just be they need space and distance. But I feel in this scenario it's going to be more about him processing his feelings and emotions, because he's trying to find a way to connect the language of the head and the heart. So I hope that's given you some sort of clarity at the moment with your particular situation. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you like this message and my readings. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.